Today, we live in a throwaway society, leaving many of us facing the consequences of overflowing landfills. My name is Isaac, and at Green Turtle Salvage, I buy, upcycle, and sell vintage, antique, and collectible home decor. By reusing and upcycling items from the past, we can contribute to reducing additional landfill waste. As the founder of Green Turtle Salvage, I am responsible for marketing, sales, financials, sourcing, researching, creating, and networking. From working at an auction house and an antique store, I've gained considerable knowledge about product categories, what customers are looking for, and how these businesses operate successfully. I'm currently in my final year of the Bachelor's of Commerce program, majoring in marketing, and I look forward to using what I've learned to continue to grow my business. I'm always hustling to ensure my business continues to grow, buying low and selling high while meeting my customers' needs in the process. Since I began the Brilliant Incubator course last summer, I've grown my business tremendously. I opened my first retail location in Cobourg last August and was featured in the Cobourg Now newspaper in early January. In 2022, I've earned revenue of over $15,000 and have made numerous strategic partnerships with suppliers and other businesses who consign my products in various locations. The problem I'm working to solve is how to facilitate the liquidation of personal items. In this economy, there's a shift to minimalism and many people are downsizing, leaving them overwhelmed with how to do so. They may not be technologically savvy, have the time, or know what their items are worth. Currently, people can use auctions or host estate or garage sales to liquidate their items. To combat this problem, I provide estate liquidation services and consignment opportunities through my sales channels. I can either host an estate sale for the family, buy the entire estate, or consign a few items depending on the needs of the customer. Consignments are another option where my customers provide me with items to sell on their behalf, and I take a percentage of the selling price, generally 50%. The video shown is an example of a warehouse I'm helping to liquidate for a gentleman who has been collecting for over 30 years. As you can see, it's a lot of work. Today, there's a growing minimalist movement where people are becoming more conscious of their environmental impact and choosing to buy secondhand or vintage goods. The large baby boomer population has seen a tremendous amount of downsizing, creating a perfect opportunity to help these individuals sell their items. In addition, Toronto and the surrounding areas are a hub for movie and television shows, which comes with the need for props. In Canada, there are also over 24,000 interior designers that need inventory for their business. Overall, there are many individuals and businesses that are looking for ways to sell their products and buy inventory, creating a perfect market opportunity. The primitive European dough bowls on the right are very popular vintage items for interior designers. In my business, I first provide a service followed by a product. My initial target customers are businesses and individuals who are looking to liquidate their items and inventory. This is where I get the majority of my inventory for my business. I would only focus on vintage and antique items to ensure I do not end up with items that have no value to me and that take up valuable storage space. My target end consumers are film productions, antique dealers, vintage collectors, interior designers, and homeowners who are looking for unique items to decorate their homes and use for their businesses. I also offer sourcing services for my customers to help them find exactly what they're looking for. To start the process, the business or individual looking to downsize would call me and I would book a time to view their items. If they are suitable for my business, we would discuss the details of whether consignment, purchasing the entire portion of the estate, or a portion of the estate is beneficial for the customer. If consignment is the option, a contract would be signed between us. Unlike an auction where the prices are not guaranteed, my services allow customers to work with me to determine how much they need out of their products after my fees if they choose to consign. Finally, I begin selling the items for the individual or business to my target customers. The main product categories I focus on are primitive, nautical, industrial, mid-century modern, Victorian, advertising, and other popular products to meet my customers' changing needs. Prices range anywhere from $4 for a vintage locker tag to $3,000 for an antique porcelain sign. For end consumers, I offer sourcing services where I source and purchase specific items for interior designers, prop companies, and individuals. I also offer businesses and individuals the option to rent items on a weekly basis for events. For individuals who do not live near my shop, I also provide shipping for products throughout Canada. Here are a few examples of products I have recently bought and sold. The ship wheel on the left I purchased on Facebook Marketplace for $200 and sold it for $18.50. The Adrian Purcell illuminated globe I also purchased on Facebook Marketplace for $75 and sold it for $1,050. Finally, the antique apothecary cabinet I purchased on Garage Sale and sold through my Instagram for $16.50. Overall, products like these help me to gain a reputation for providing quality products to my customers. I always provide historical information about each product so my customers can continue to spread their stories for generations. Currently, the majority of my cash flow gets reinvested into new products for my store. I currently pay rent of $282.50 per month and have very low overhead costs, given I do not have a large vehicle for transportation. Variable costs include my marketing tools, such as business cards, new advertising signage, and booth rentals at antique shows, which can range from $50 to $100 per day a few times a year. To mitigate risk of my business, I've created contracts that both downsizers and renters must fill out prior to using my services to ensure I'm safe from any liability issues. I also use multiple platforms to sell my items to diversify my target audience. I also diversify my revenue streams to ensure I always have cash flow in order to pay my bills. I keep my customer lists on my computer so that if anything unfavorable occurs, I have a way to reach out to them. For example, my business Instagram account was hacked, but I was able to follow back my old customers and rebuild my platform. My business is sustainable because vintage items already exist, meaning they do not need new energy or resources to create them. They are widely available when people downsize, and there is a constant need for vintage items for other businesses. When I'm loaned inventory from estate liquidations, I source many of my products and materials from auctions, estate sales, thrift stores, importers, other dealers, and Facebook Marketplace. My business is sustainable because vintage items never go out of style. There will always be individuals and businesses that appreciate vintage items from their history, quality craftsmanship, and stories involved. This can be for decor use or to recreate scenes from the past in films. I sell my products both online through Instagram and Facebook Marketplace, as well as through my retail shop and consignment locations. In the near future, I will also be participating in antique shows to grow my customer base to surrounding areas. Antique shows are a great way to network and sell inventory, as there can be thousands of attendees at a single show. I sell both wholesale and retail, providing other business owners a source of unique inventory and design elements. I've also entered Tall Birches, Justin's Pet Store, and G Faces, where my items are sold on consignment to increase my brand awareness around the community. This is beneficial because my shop is not located on the main street. Instagram is my main sales channel, and Facebook Marketplace is great for liquidating inventory quickly. My main sales channel is Instagram, where I post pictures of my products with descriptions for people across North America to purchase. It is an effective way to showcase my products for people not in the area of my shop. I currently have over 1,000 followers, with the majority of my customers being middle-aged in Toronto. Last summer, I opened a small retail location in Cobourg, where customers can view my items by appointment. I strive to incorporate the most popular styles into my store, including mid-century modern, vintage advertising, and industrial decor. Here's a recent picture of the inside of my shop. Merchandise is constantly changing, with new products being sourced daily and new displays constantly being rearranged to give customers a unique experience each time they visit my store. Customers often don't see everything in my store, so moving items around increases the chance they will see an item they missed the next time they visit. The three main sources of revenue my business has are through sales, consignment, and rentals. I sell my products both online through Instagram and Facebook Marketplace, as well as through my retail shop. I will also be participating in antique shows in the near future to grow my customer base. I sell both wholesale and retail, providing other business owners a unique source of inventory and design elements. Currently, my margins range from 60 to 5,400%, with an average of 367%. Currently, my 2022 revenue has surpassed $15,000 in gross sales. Through consignments, I earn 50% of the selling price for my services without having to put up any money in advance, which is beneficial given I don't have the capital of a large corporation. Finally, in the future, I plan to begin renting items as I grow my business. The rental fees will be as follows. The first week will be 15% of the selling price, followed by an additional 10% for the second and third week. The fourth week will be free, and there will be an additional 10% of the selling price added per week. In addition to these fees, I have created a contract to be signed by the renter to protect my business from any liability that may occur. My business competitors include businesses that aid in the liquidation of personal and business items, including auction houses, liquidation companies, and thrift stores. Other competitors include Legacy Vintage, Smash Salvage, and other antique dealers where we compete for customers and products. However, I find these competitors to be a part of a collaborative community where we help each other identify, locate, and exchange goods in our respective markets. Why choose my business? From working at an antique store and an auction house, I've gained a considerable amount of knowledge that gives me an edge over my competition. I have excellent research skills to determine products descriptions in order to get the most money for my clients looking to downsize. For my customers looking for particular products, I offer flexible times to visit my store and offer customers unique items that they will not find anywhere else. I'm organized and make it a priority to keep families in the loop when I sell their products. I also pay fair prices for individuals and businesses when purchasing items. I'm readily available to speak with customers through my Instagram page and retail location. To take my business to the next level, I will need to buy or lease a dependable transport vehicle to allow me to participate in antique shows and pick up and deliver larger products. I will be participating in the Aberfoyle Antique Market Show on June 11th of this year to grow my business and continue to gain brand awareness. I will also begin posting paid ads on Instagram and messaging target customers to offer my services. In the summer, I plan to begin hosting vintage community events in the parking lot space of my shop. The funds I will receive will go towards a down payment on a vehicle that will allow me to purchase more inventory to grow my product selection for my customers. In the future, I plan to purchase a shipping container to increase my storage capacity as I am limited to the amount of items I can have in my shop. In the last 5 to 6 years, we have seen a monumental change in the way people inhabit their homes. There's a growing shift away from materialism towards the adoption of a more minimalist lifestyle. From reducing landfill waste to beautifying their space, Green Turtle Salvage is here to facilitate this process. My name is Isaac, and I am the hustler behind Green Turtle Salvage. Thank you, and I hope to see you at my shop soon. If you have any further questions, please email me at greenturtlesalvage@gmail.com.